Alright, Module 4, Cathode Ray Oscilloscope. Cathode Ray Oscilloscope, or CRO, is a very versatile instrument used to virtually observe wave shape to take measurements of the implied input terminals. We have a heater to supply anoid, Y plates, X plates, phosphorus screen. Principle: the electronic gun generates a beam when it moves down on the tube to strike with the screen, and the screen glows with a point of collision producing a bright spot with electrical magnetic field. U to deflect with the move of the spots with the trace out with a pattern. The Y plate, vertical deflection plate, there U to deflect the beam vertically. X plate, horizontal deflection, they are used to deflect the beam horizontally. The voltage applied with the vertical horizontal plate simultaneously. The deflection beam is proportional result of the two voltage of the position of the beam being vertical and horizontal axis of the screen. The AC signal of the signal voltage applied with the vertical plates evidently move the spot with the vertical position corresponding with the instantaneous value of the signal simultaneously with the spot moved horizontally by a sweep voltage applied to the horizontal plate. The sweep must be linear and must move in one direction. Single generator. The standard single generator produces a number of the control voltage, AG with the power source of the measuring gain and signal to noise ratio, bandwidth, and SWR, other properties. Radio frequency oscillator generates carrier frequency using an inductor capacitor tank circuit with a constant output of the frequency range. The modulation is due to the wideband amplifier to deliver the output of the attenuator. Output voltage rev of the output meter modulation oscillator goes to the frequency that has been to be modulated by the carrier frequency principle of the communication. Modulation and process by which some of the characteristic high frequency waves are called carriers charged according with the instantaneous value of the low frequency wave called the modulating wave. The result of the wave is called the modulated wave. So you have amplitude modulation. Amplitude modulation is obtained by varying amplitude of carrying the modulating signal, changing the amplitude of the unmodulated value being proportional to instantaneous value of the modulating signal independent of the frequency. The carrier of the modulating wave modulated result. Alright, so we had carrier, modulating wave, and then modulated result. So if you can think about the carrier is the whole sound spectrum, and then here's your frequency, or a frequency of the radio, and then there it puts it into the modulated result. So it took whatever it matched around the carrier to make a result. The modulating signal sigil in which we'd get like a vocal voice out of your radio. Modulating signal sigil written as VM cosine WMT. Carrier wave written as voltage constant cosine WCT. Amplitude modulating character proportional constant amplitude modulated carrier represented, where M is known as modulation index. The AM transmitter, carrier oscillator, buffer amplifier, frequency multiplier, power amplifier, modulator class C, power amplifier, transmitter, antenna, audio power amplifier, audio driver amplifier, mic. Or you can go mic in the audio and driver amplifier, audio power amplifier, modulated C class amplifier, transmitting antenna. Your carrier oscillator is used to operate, transmit the desired radio frequencies. Power output oscillator begin not sufficiently large, amplified several stages desirable. Buffer amplifier isolates the oscillator with the succeeding stage so that the variation of the coupling antenna leads do not influence the oscillator frequency. Frequency multiplier oscillator cannot generate with a high frequency carrier frequency. To obtain such frequency, the frequency multiplier is used to multiply the frequency of the oscillator output signal to a required value. Power amplifier modulated carrier fed to the stage of the final amplification before being carried to the antenna. Audio amplifier, the amplifier used to amplify audio signal output over the microphone and converts the speech or music to the transmitted equivalent electrical signal. Modulator, the function of the modulator, the amplitude modulated radio frequency carrier in accordance with the amplified audio signal amplifier. AM receiver, antenna, radio amplifier, and mixer, and local oscillator, filter, IF filter, demodulator audio amplifier. Your antenna picks up all radiated signal feeds in them into the radio frequency amplifier. These signals are very small, usually a few microvolts. The radio frequency amplifier circuit, they may adjust the turn and select the amplifier carrier frequency, where the AM broadcasts only a selected frequency, analog module broadcast band, only selected frequency. The side bands pass to the amplifier. AM receivers do not require a radio frequency amplifier stage. Local oscillator circuit generates a steady sine wave frequency of 455 kilohertz above the selected radio frequency. The mixer circuit accepts the two-input amplitude modulated radio frequency signal from the output radio frequency amplifier antenna, where the no radio frequency amplifier, the sinusoidal output of the local oscillator. The two signals then are mixed in nonlinear process heterodyning to produce a sum and a difference frequency. Therefore, the radio frequency carrier has a frequency of 1,000 kilohertz and a low frequency of 1,455 kilohertz, and the sum of the difference frequency of the out of the mixer of the 204, 55 kilohertz, 45.5 kilohertz respectively. The difference frequency has 45.5 kilohertz no matter what the radio frequency carrier frequency is. Your IFM amplifier input IF amplifier is 455 kilohertz AM signal replicable original AM carrier signal, except the frequency has been lowered to 455 kilohertz. The IF amplifier significantly increased the level of the signal. The detector of the circuit recovered the modulating circuit audio signal from 455 kilohertz IF. At the point IF is no longer needed, the output of the detector consists of only audio signal. Your audio and power amplifier circuit amplifies detected audio signal, drive the speaker to produce sound. Frequency FM modulation, mathematically frequency modulated waveform is described using the equation where ST is frequency modulated, the AC cosine 2 pi FCT high frequency sinusoidal carrier. MT is baseband message signal. Voice signal parameters of KF is the frequency sensitivity difference frequency modulator. To the carrier signal, amplitude modulated wave and frequency modulated wave. Frequency modulated transmitter, microphone, audio amplifier, reactance modulator, transmitter, oscillator, frequency multiplier, radio frequency amplifier to transmitter, frequency multiplier to multiple mixer, if amplifier to discriminator, and crystal oscillator runs frequency multiplier for the mixer of the amplifier, the denominator, discriminator, and the back to the audio in between the audio amplifier reactance modulator. Audio amplifier applied to the audio signal microphone, which converts the sound into the equivalent electrical signal. Reactance modulator transform the audio amplitude change with the frequency change of the transmitter oscillator. Radio frequency oscillator used to generate the desired oscillation, and frequency multiplier number of frequency multiplier used to change the rise of the frequency required value mixer. As part of the output block frequency capacity and frequency output, the frequency multiplier block beat together with a mixer stage producing frequency capacity minus frequency output signal. The if amplifier signifies the increase of the amplifier frequency capacity output component of signal discriminator of the output of the IF amplifier into is applied to the phase of the discriminator, which gives 0 DC output voltage frequency of the input signal, which is turned and remains constant. The FM receiver show the amplifier radio frequency amplifier mixer into the 10.7 megahertz influencer, the local oscillator, the mixer, FM radio detector limiter, the AGC detector optional goes to FM, and if IF amplifier, RF amplifier limiter goes to discriminator, de-emphasize audio amplifier to speaker. Radio frequency amplifier receives signal intercepted by antenna. Amplified signals then applied with the mixer stage. The second input of the mixer comes from the local oscillator. The two input frequency mixer generated IF signal of 10.7 megahertz. The signal is then amplified with the IF amplifier with the output. An IF amplifier applied with the limiter circuit with the limiter removes the noise of the received signal, gives the constant amplitude signal circuit is required with the phase discriminator. You demodulate the FM frequency module signal. The output of the limiter is now applied with the frequency module discriminator to recover the modulating signal. However, the signal is not with the original modulating signal before applying to the audio amplifier stage of the de-emphasize. De-emphasizing actuation higher frequency brings it back there the original amplitude of the boosted emphasized bore for transmission of the output of the de-emphasized stage of the audio signal, which is applied for the audio stage of the final to the speaker, but it should not be limited to circle the required of the frequency modulated discriminator. If the demodulator stores the ratio of the detector instead of the discriminator, then the limiter not required because of the ratio detector limits over the amplitude of the received signal. In Figure A, the dotted block covers the limiter with the discriminator marked on the ratio detector. The frequency modulator receive the general AGC is not required for the amplitude of the carrier to keep the constant limiter circuit, therefore the input of the audio stage control of the amplitude, therefore no erratic change of the volume level. However, the AGC may provide AGC detector that generates a DC voltage to control the gains of the radio frequency and IF amplifier. Alright, that was basic electronics found on by W. Veer Surendra Say University Technology. Found on freebookcentury.net.